Okay, so now we're going to find the greatest common multiple, and then we will get over to our least common multiple. These are very confusing for children. But greatest common factor is going to be finding our largest number that two numbers have in common. Least common multiple or denominator is going to be our smallest multiple of the two. One key factor of this is factoring. Least common is factoring. Okay, first, we're going to do the greatest common. Now, to do this, the children are used to seeing this, which is our multiples, which can also be used for factoring. It can be used for many things. For this one, we're going to look at our 5, which is this bottom number, and our 15, which is not on the list, but we can still use 15 based off the numbers already on our list. So to look at 5, we already have our multiples laid out. But now, to look at our 15, we just go back and look to see which numbers have 15. We already know that 1 has 15, 2 does not, 3 does, 4 does not, 5 does. None of the others have 15 except for 15. There is our factors for 15 that we can also use for this scenario. If you really wanted to look at the multiples, it would be the 15, 30, 45, 60, and so on. But in this case, we teach the children to use the factoring for the higher numbers like this. It's a little bit easier. Okay, so the greatest common multiple is going to be the greatest number that 5 and 15 share. So if we look at our 5, it has a 5, and so does 15. 5s also have a 15, and of course 15 does. We're looking for the biggest number. Our biggest number is going to be our 15. So what we do is we make new fractions. Now right here is where we need to do our Z formation. To find our missing number. So we do 15 divided by 15 is 1 times 8 is 8. Now we do 5 divided by 15 is 3 times 3 is 9. Now we can go ahead and subtract. So now we have 9 minus 8 is 1. And we keep our 15. Now we can subtract our whole numbers. 11 minus 9 is 2. And that's our answer. Factoring. For our least common multiple, it is factoring. And what I mean by that is we need to look and see what the numbers are in these multiples. So let's look at 2/3 and 1/2. So now we need to look at our 3 and our 2's. Our factors of 3. What numbers has 3 in it? Our 3's have 1, 3, and that's it. That's all we can do for factoring for 3. Now factors of 2 is 1, 2, 3, that won't work. Let's try a different number. Let's do 4. And let's do 3, 6. Okay, now let's do the factors of 4, which is going to be 1, 2, and 4. 6 has 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now we look for the smallest number that is shared between those two. 2 is our smallest, so that is what we're going to use. Okay, now we do the Z formation. Again, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 divided by 2 is 2 times 2 is 4. And that's how we find our least common multiple.